and pour precipitate in your hood. What the fuck is up, you buttercup? Pump in that blunt, smoking suicide, bloody blood. Boy, you talking on Twitter, it ain't not enough. I need knowing day to day I had enough. Post with that fucking blame, I still face.
It has been a bit of a struggle with Carmelo Anthony finding a deal that fits him best on his no trade clause, and he's shown a lot of interest in the Rockets, and it hasn't been easy on getting, finding a deal with the Rockets, and it's been a struggle with that as well. But Carmelo Anthony has also shown interest in the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Carmelo Anthony's all-season saga has taken a new turn Friday with the 10-time All-Star reportedly willing to accept a deal to the Cleveland Cavaliers. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski stated that Anthony has added the Cavaliers to the list of teams he would waive his no trade clause for. ESPN's Len Begley reported Anthony also added the Oklahoma City Thunder to his list of acceptable trade destinations. Anthony is unsure on if he will make the decision to deal the Cavaliers, but at the beginning of the offseason, Wojnarowski reported the New York Knicks star would only agree to a trade if it involved the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets indeed were at the top of Carmelo's list for trade destinations, and it just didn't work out. The only piece that they were looking to give up to acquire Carmelo Anthony was Ryan Anderson, who was currently under a 3-year, $60 million contract with the organization. And Carmelo basically wanted to play for this organization because of Chris Paul's big move to Houston. And, him moving to Houston was a great thing. It was special. It was a huge win, of course, for the Houston organization. And it puts the Houston Rockets in higher hopes in the playoffs. I'm not saying that they will, go to the finals or whatever, but they're in higher hopes, being that they're a greater organization now with the addition of Chris Paul. James Harden's a franchise player, and him having Chris Paul, only makes that team even more greater. And I'm sure Carmelo Anthony wanted to be a part of that. He's very familiar with Chris Paul. Chris Paul was once known as the league's greatest point guard at the time, and he's a great passer as well. And Carmelo played 6 long seasons with the New York Knicks, and it's been a pure struggle. They were a team that is not really known as winners, but even though the team struggled, Carmelo Anthony still put up great performances, and he did what he had to do. He put up great numbers, and he had a pretty decent career overall with the organization. The 6 long seasons that he did have, even though the team didn't have much success, I'm sure Carmelo Anthony wants to move on. He wants to find success, something that hasn't been accustomed to him being on the New York Knicks roster. And if he moves to the Rockets, that would be a huge deal. If he goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers, it would be an even greater deal. Him playing with LeBron James would be the best decision, in my opinion, for Carmelo Anthony, being that is his friend, and LeBron fills a leadership role on that team like no other. Indeed, that's what Carmelo Anthony is gonna have to need. He's not much of a passer. He's not much, I wouldn't say, as he's a great leader and as a scorer, but as a all-around leader, he's not that. And I'm sure LeBron James would be, something great that Carmelo can work with, and he's very familiar with him. So him moving to the Cavaliers would be the best decision for him right now, being that the Houston Rockets situation is not going great right now, and the Knicks just couldn't make the deal successfully with the Houston Rockets, and he was so interested in that organization, it just didn't work out. And hopefully this offseason turns out great for Carmelo Anthony, and hopefully he gets what he wants. Well, that's it for you subscribers. Hope you like, comment, subscribe for more. There's a link in the description for my social media. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and thank you.
I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk, but I'm both right now. Got me talking about my life. I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk, but I'm